It is the Riot Podcast. Happy Wednesday.
We had a very busy morning, guys.
Yes, you might have missed it because it's not in the podcast, but the Battle of the Buzz returned.
Yeah.
So if you missed out on that, you're going to need to start listening to the Riot live on Wednesdays. It's the only way.
You get to hear all the music. I know music, though, we can't put in the podcast.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to pay for it.
And you'd be listening after it already happened, so your vote.
Sure.
We'd still like to hear from you, but it wouldn't count to choosing a winner.
Well, check out RadioU.com if you've never heard Radio U and only just our Riot podcast. Hopefully you'll find some new bands that you enjoy.
Yeah, and if you want to hear the champion in my show, The Most Wanted, on the weekend, you'll be able to hear it there.
Listen, you can't promote your own stuff.
And also follow me on Twitter at Hudson RadioU. I haven't tweeted in a while. I really haven't posted a TikTok in a while, but you never know.
Behind.
You never know what might happen. So actually, in the podcast today, you might have seen it on the Radio U socials or the Riot socials. It is a couple on a Spirit Airlines flight, and they've, it's just two of them, but they've got a whole catering spread of seafood in front of them.
It's amazing. It's amazing, but frustrating. Like, it's a lot of emotions when you look at this picture. Like, how'd you guys do that? How'd you afford it?
Yep.
You're on a plane.
It was, it's probably, maybe it's like their 20-year anniversary and they're really going all out.
Maybe that's actually believable.
Yeah. And they're going to New Orleans, or
I'd still not
that's
like
all
them.
Their leftovers from New Orleans.
And they're leaving.
Yep. But check that out on the Facebook post. I said, I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed.
So if you go to Radio U Riot on Facebook, also there, and you'll hear in the podcast, we did the Cosmic Brownie cereal food fight.
Yes.
So we finally got to try that.
And it got so hot in Oregon, they were allowing people to pump their gas. And that's
by themselves.
That's not even a joke. It actually truly happened. And I really liked our talk about the octopus that painted in Florida.
Hudson hated him.
Yeah, I do. And you'll hear about that. It's pretty early on in the podcast.
Well, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Don't forget to check out RadioU.com, and we hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Yeah, time to prepare for our after show for Friday.
Right. Friday, we're going to be playing Mario Golf. While we get ready, you enjoy this.
Yep. See you then.
Bye.
Something to listen to when you meant to work out but tripped into a box of donuts. This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
You've been a bad influence on me, Nikki.
What did I not intentionally get you to do?
You had encouraged me to start using DoorDash.
Hey! It's comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was partially you. I thought it would be anyways. It was partially you, and it was partially that DoorDash sent me an email that was like, hey.
That was mean.
$10 off if you use this code before June 30th, which is today. And I only had seen that last night. They've probably been sending that for a month, and I just saw it now.
You finally noticed it.
But I was like, well, I'm the type of guy. I can't let a good deal go to waste. So I pop into DoorDash. Now, I'm not a delivery person, though. I will go up and pick it up. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, which is fine. Sometimes I'll do that, too.
There's lots of restaurants around me, so I picked one that was very close. And for some reason, it wasn't just me, but I was the leading factor behind, let's just get Taco Bell.
Oh, now that's what you went with?
Yes.
You could have had any restaurant that you wanted, that's what you had.
I didn't want to spend a lot. I figured it was $10 off, 15 or more, and I was like, for two of us to eat at Taco Bell, it'll be like $4 or so, or I guess $5.
So did you drive to pick it up at Taco Bell, or did you have it delivered?
No, I drove, but here's the deal. I didn't realize that they add at least $2 onto every single menu item on DoorDash.
Yeah.
At least per item.
Absolutely.
So I had finished putting in my order, and then I'm like, I can get more food just going to Taco Bell and not using the coupon. So,
you weren't supposed to notice that.
Well, they should have made it so blatantly obvious.
And if you would have chosen delivery, it would have been way worse.
Yep. Oh, that's part of why I don't choose delivery. It's okay. I'll spend the money to to just drive a few feet.
I know it's not good. I know it's not. And I know like even Uber Eats and a few others, like they're cheaper sometimes, but I just have had more success with DoorDash.
Yeah.
And I just do it, you know? Sometimes you're like, I just don't care.
Yeah. I can't stop caring about that much of a price difference.
So you didn't end up using it?
I still wound up getting Taco Bell.
But not through that?
With the DoorDash coupon.
It is the worst when you go to the actual restaurant's website and order it that way.
Yeah.
And you see how much delivery places are charging you. It is so bad. If you ever do Instacart with Costco, you'll just cry.
Yeah.
Or like if you do Instacart and you see the receipt accidentally, you're like, oh no, what happened? Why is it so little on your receipt, but I paid so much?
Yep. I think the error was choosing a restaurant where I know the prices enough to know how much they were screwing me over to where I was like, what? Do they do this for every single restaurant? And I know that they do.
They do.
So,
you should have gone with a fancier one so you felt like the $10 actually was meaning something and you were treating yourself.
Yeah.
You really got to feel that way.
Well, you know, when you're using a $10 off coupon, sometimes you just really you're doing that because you want it to be cheap.
Yeah.
And Taco Bell, it should be cheap.
You just didn't know that's just basically covering the extra fees.
That's literally exactly what it was. But then with the different options you can get in the store, or if you just order from the Taco Bell website, which I tried to do, and that also didn't work. Although it wasn't anything on my end, and it wasn't really Taco Bell's fault. They are having power issues.
I see.
And that knocked everything out. So it's just a bad night to choose Taco Bell.
Well, you had a tough time, and I'm glad you made your way through it, but you weren't supposed to notice that delivery things really increase the prices.
It's disillusioned me to DoorDash completely, and I don't think I'll be using it again until they send me another really good coupon.
Well, how about this? Close your eyes. Don't go into it with your eyes open and just order next time. Or what you do is you go and like next time your family's in, then you just be like, oh, wait for them to offer to pay. You're like, oh, yay, thanks.
Yeah, there we
then
go.
You can try it.
And then you offer the coupon like they're getting a deal.
Exactly. Like, have you DoorDashed before, guys? Okay.
This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Did you see this video? It's a aquarium in Florida, in Tampa Bay to be exact, where they had an octopus doing artwork. It was painting.
Oh, so it's using its tentacles?
Yeah.
Are they selling it? Come on, you can't make the octopus do that.
You know what? They probably are to, it'll
raise money.
Right, for the aquarium or for conservation or something like that. It's all a part of their Cephalopod Week event. And they call it an enrichment painting session.
Nice.
And man, this octopus obviously hasn't taken any classes.
Why?
It looks horrible. It's a horrible piece of art.
You never judge art, all right? Okay. It's not horrible. It's just not your style. And they are leading him. I mean, they're really guiding him.
So they're really they're selling this as the octopus painting. They're just picking up his tentacles and putting them on a piece of paper there. That doesn't count.
They also won't let him actually touch the paint. Basically, if you've ever seen this type of painting, they put just paint on a canvas and then wrap it with plastic around it.
Yeah, a bunch of splotches of paint.
So that's all it is.
And so he's just spreading it around, kind of.
Art is a
strong word.
Strong word that maybe it's not quite that.
I'm telling you, this octopus should give it up. He needs to get into some other line of creativity because he's got no future in art.
What's he doing? Pottery? What is he going to do?
Right.
He's in the water.
He, you know what? Glass blowing sounds
in the water?
Yeah, right. It's perfect. Perfect environment.
It's like he steams himself. He basically would just cook himself.
How about some sand art?
Yeah, okay. That might be good.
You know what would be perfect? Like a needle hook.
A jewelry making?
Jewelry, there you go. Anything else than this, because he sucks at it. This is horrible. It's a horrible painting.
Yeah,
it looks like a child did it.
Well,
and
maybe he's a child octopus. He's a baby one.
Maybe all octopuses have the intelligence of children.
The mind of a child.
Yes, that's right.
And second,
maybe that's why we don't get it. We don't have childlike wonder.
What if he's only doing the best with what the aquarium's giving him? If he doesn't have the tools
they never
to
taught
create
him.
it,
He never got to take a class.
I don't think we should be so harsh on the octopus.
He's reaching his arm out of the water onto land, so it's a foreign area to him, and they're just giving him these splotches splotches of paint with some plastic and whatever. So you're right. It's not his fault, but they're just forcing this upon him and trying to make a quick buck off of his creativity.
They're not selling it. The Florida Aquarium in Tampa, who's using this octopus.
Yes, that's right.
They're actually going to...
Exploiting?
Yeah, that's the better word. They're inviting Facebook users to share your favorite octopus facts, which we have none. And then everybody's entered in a drawing to win the painting from the octopus.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're not selling it, but they're still exploiting him for publicity, to sell tickets, to raise awareness, and the octopus didn't sign up for any of this.
Why don't you go work on freeing him then?
Yeah, I want to set this octopus free, give him some tools so that he can create what's in his heart.
Yeah.
Or multiple hearts, because maybe octopuses have more than one. I don't know a lot about them.
If only we knew facts.
We should read the facts there.
That people are putting on Facebook.
I think they can camouflage themselves.
They can, and they can always, they always show like videos of them. Can it get out of this tiny little spot? And it can just squeeze its body through things.
And they have ink. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they pick sporting event winners. That's usually my familiarity with them. And then the one in Finding Dory.
And they paint.
Just crawls everywhere. Yep. So, yeah, I just don't, this doesn't sit right with me. And,
You're upset. I understand.
At first I was blaming the octopus, but I see that my blame was misplaced. It's the aquarium's fault.
We hate you, aquarium.
Yeah, get out of here.
We're coming for you, octopus.
We're setting your animals free.
Anyone can underpromise and overdeliver, except these two. The Riot RadioU.
I was going to ask you this off the air, but then I thought, why waste a valuable conversation on nobody else's ears?
Well, it feels like we should have all of our conversations with you guys because you're family.
We want to include you so that you can be a part of it. I think we should record all of our off-air conversations.
And play them back?
Yeah, then we can use them on the air if we run out of things to talk about.
Sometimes, though, believe it or not, it is just boring to hear us talk when we're not on the air.
We're not always so punchy when we're off the air. But I wanted to ask a follow-up on our coffee situation yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were trying to find either some kind of subscription box or just like to buy a bunch of good coffee somewhere to stock up our, I say cupboards, Nikki says cabinets. What did we wind up getting?
I went with the New Mexico coffee.
Yes.
So it's the Pinot sort of blend.
Yeah, Pinon. The pine nut one.
Yeah. Now I got 4 instead of 2.
Now that's unexpected.
We got approved for more.
Yes. We're never going to run out of coffee. Yes.
Well, we just went with the medium-sized ground bags.
Okay.
So we got it's like the New Mexico steak cookie flavor. We got that one.
Okay. Biscotti?
Well, it's a different, it's like that word, but it's not the same. I think I'm wrong when I say it that way. And then we've got the vanilla bourbon.
Okay.
We got an Irish cream.
Ooh.
And the maple one.
Nice.
So that's the 4 that are coming.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
I know.
Do they have an estimated delivery date?
I didn't see that part, but it was free shipping and it was buy one, get one half off. So we really got a good deal.
That is going to be a party when those come in. I'm hoping Monday, because that'll be a nice pick-me-up on Monday. If we come in after the weekend that should be long but isn't, and we get to have a nice delicious cup of coffee. Oh,
that might be a bit generous on when you think that'll come in.
Well, they have to freshly roast it, I'm sure.
They do, and they have to send it out.
Yeah, so, oh man, I'm looking forward to that.
But it was so nice of you guys. You sent us a lot of coffee options.
Yeah.
So we went with this one first.
And we went with none of them.
Well, that's not true. We only learned about this New Mexico style of coffee from listeners who usually send it to us around Christmas time.
Yes, that is right.
So it is because of you guys that we actually know of this type. But for everybody else who sent them in, I just made another Google Doc.
So now we have some options.
Yeah, and then next time we're ready for more coffee, I'm going to go back to that. We'll check in with you guys. But if you ever find a coffee box or a blend that you really like, just send it our way, and we really appreciate it.
Man, you know what we need to do?
What?
Is just have, we need to have like a monthly or weekly coffee talk, like after show, where it's very different from the Riot, where we get a nice
a
nice new blend of coffee, and instead of being loud and obnoxious and like we're just calmly. It's coffee time. We're calmly. It's a coffee break.
Well, I was going to tell you, Larissa sent us on our RadioU RIOT Facebook page. She was telling me about an electric unicorn coffee.
Okay.
So it's a light roast, but if you like the coffee version of Fruity Pebbles milk, and you're not supposed to put cream in it.
Okay.
Like flavored cream, you put in half and half, or what is pet milk? It's not condensed milk. It's something different. And it says if you like Fruit Loops or drinking the cereal milk, then it's like that. Delicious.
That's not what I think of when I think of my coffee, but I'm willing to try it.
I'm all for that. I'll put all the flavored cream
Nikki
in it. Nikki
thinks of sugar and cream when she thinks of coffee, and I think of...
It's not sugar. I'm sure there's some in. Actually, I shouldn't look at the sugar content.
You don't add sugar, but there is sugar in it.
There's plenty in there. But thank you guys for sending that to us. You can message us anytime at 877-2RADIO-U or RadioU RIOT on Facebook. But that's what we're ordering. So when it comes in, we'll do some flavor testing with you.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Now, Nikki, I'm going to share this with you, but I don't want you to get any ideas.
About what I should do?
Yeah, I don't want you to learn any lessons from this. I just want you to see the bear and see that it is cute.
Aww.
And it is now free. This was in Oak Park Heights, Minnesota, where the police were called because somebody thought a large dog, was trapped in the sewer.
Yeah.
And the police get there and they realize upon closer inspection, it's actually a bear.
Oh, it's a black bear. He was stuck in the sewer on Sunday. That's not a dog, but man, they have a picture kind of looking down through the sewer grates and stuff. And it's so cute because he's just looking out like, why didn't you let me out, guys?
I just found some good food down here.
I'm eating your trash. It's fine. I'm a trash bear.
Yep, that's right. I found there's some banana peels and, I don't know, rotten meat.
It's great.
It's a really nice place, I thought, until I couldn't get out.
So he's about medium size. He was sitting directly under the sewer grate. They removed several of those, and then they flushed him out with water.
Basically, you gave him a little shower
to encourage him to exit without a problem. They say,
yeah.
I think he was probably about 2 years old.
Wow, that's cute. But I don't want you to start thinking if there's a sewer grate near your house to start dropping down. Honey or not you at first. You'll be leaving your honey and your berries and other various tempting treats for bears.
Oh man,
to try to lure them.
I would be like the better house. I'd come out with marshmallows and cookies and stuff and pieces of bread.
You'd make the bear s'mores.
Oh my gosh, it does sound like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, can bears have chocolate or is it like dogs?
They're pretty big, right? So they probably could handle it.
They can eat it and not get sick.
Yeah, it wouldn't affect them as much.
If not, you're in the sewer. So
yeah, right.
If you throw up, it's fine.
What are we worried about the bears doing when they're in the sewer? When if they're eating whatever's in the sewer, they're going to be just fine with the chocolate.
I am sad because where I live, there's no bears. I've checked.
I thought you were going to say there's no sewer grates.
No, I've checked. There's no bears. And so everybody always wonders, like, oh, what would I? Because I love bears.
Yeah.
Always have since little Nikki.
Yep.
That's my favorite thing. Brings me happiness.
Yep. Just not
stuffed
Paddington
teddy
Bear.
bears. No, not like that. Or Winnie the Pooh. But, everybody always wonders, like, what would I do if I ever saw one?
Yeah.
Would I try to hold it? Would I, grab at it?
Yeah.
Would I have tried to free it from the sewer by like lifting it up without thinking maybe it would scratch me or bite me?
Yeah, right.
And, I have gone on a bear tour. In Whistler.
Yep.
And so, you go up the mountain, you get to see them, and they were just a few feet away. Little brownie bear and a bunch of families.
And you contained yourself?
I did. And I was proud of myself. Because there were baby bears there. And I was
Did Eric have to hold you back to make sure you didn't just lunge?
It was more because there was like a bear guide. And I didn't want to embarrass myself in front of them.
So if you just encountered them on your own.
Maybe it would be different.
It would be a different story.
Oh, he looks so cute.
There just has to be the pressure of another person around.
I just really want a bear.
Well, just trap one in the sewer.
But I can't keep it at my house, so there's nothing you could do with it.
Yeah, chain it up in your backyard and...
Oh, that's awful. I believe in free bears. We're not chaining any bears
The bear
up.
has to be free to choose to live with you.
It will. because I'll keep feeding it bread and all this stuff. I'm sure it's
and s'mores.
So this is the second bear-related report in this area in Minnesota. So because of that, they're going to be posting additional signage along the parks and stuff to warn about the black bears in the area.
Be careful out there. Well, I'm glad that they were able to get the bear out. I'll tell you, I can't remember now, but there used to be, before all the police stuff, there used to be Live PD.
Yeah.
And I think it was on Live PD. The best thing that happened was they spent like the entire 3-hour show trying to coax this dog out of a drain pipe. And man, that is live TV right there for you. Are they going to get... Yes, it was. Trying to get the dog out of the drain pipe. And just because you know it's a dog, if it was a person, you'd be like, whatever. But since it was a dog, you're like, oh, we've got to see what happens. I hope they save it.
Well, that's how
As if they showed the dog dying on the... like if they couldn't save it, they would show that on TV. Of course they wouldn't.
But they got him?
They did get it out.
Okay, so they flushed him out too?
Yeah, they did. But it's exciting. It's exciting trying to get things out of drain pipes, I guess.
Find more Riot content online. riot.radiou.com.
So here's one of those things that pops up on Twitter, and you're wondering if it's actually real, if it's kind of real, or if it's just a big joke to, just to be funny. Mm-hmm. You just don't know what it is.
This one's it's suspect, but yet it feels like, I guess, maybe it's real. It's only supposed to be limited for New York and Los Angeles, and it's a limited time that they're doing it. So it's either a group project thing, or it's from some other big company and they're testing it like it's some sort of organic thing, or it's something with Postmates. Like they're going to show us later that this was still through them, but I don't know. Like I just can't tell if this thing's real.
I found an actual story about it more so than them just promoting it online. So it is a parody, but it also is real. So it has... You can actually do it. If you live in New York or Los Angeles, the idea behind it's called Postdates, and the logo and everything, it is making fun of Postmates. But it also is real, where in New York or Los Angeles, you can pay them to go pick up your stuff from your ex. If you left your hoodie behind at their house and you want it back, you can pay Postdates, and they will send someone and get in contact with your ex and everything, and go pick it up. And you can do this for, whether you're divorced, whether it's just a quick relationship, whether it's a friendship that hasn't worked out, they'll just, whatever it is, they're not going to ask a lot of questions. You pay them, they'll do it. And it has some people upset because, and I think that's part of the parody of it, is that people are like, how can you send like gig workers? You're just going to send an Uber driver into somebody's house in a, emotionally charged relationship situation and whatever.
I think that's much better, because when you break up with someone, it's hurtful to then go and have to get your stuff back.
Yeah, of course.
So why not send someone to go get it? You could send a friend or a family member, but then they might get violent.
Right.
Depending on how the breakup was. So it is maybe better to diffuse the situation by sending a stranger. They won't do it for free.
No.
You have to pay them.
That's also sad.
You have to tip them.
Yep.
It's like a delivery thing. They will not pick up pets. So like if you guys shared a dog or something, they won't pick up anything that's an illegal substance.
Yeah.
So if you're like, but I left my weed, they're not picking that up for you. And in fact, their way they describe it, they might turn you in.
Wow.
So they say nothing along those lines. Really, just if you left some of your items at the person's place, they will go pick it up when it's scheduled.
The other thing people were wondering about is, what if it's a bad breakup and you're like a stalker-y ex, and so you're just using this to keep harassing the person? I would assume that Postdates has a way to cut it off.
Sure.
So that that doesn't just, like, after a time or two, which is still would be too much.
Well, what they're going to do is get your ex's text cell phone number. So then they're going to text them to set up the location pickup. So they don't actually need an address right away.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be them going to your ex's house or apartment. They'll just set up and take care of the transaction.
It's still, does it feel like something's dirty about all this?
This is, I think, actually not so bad.
You don't think?
If you want something back,
Why
and
do we
again,
have- why do we
it's
have
not
to-
healthy for you to go and
No.
go see the person again, especially if they broke up with you.
If it's just small stuff, just let it go. And if it's bigger stuff, then I guess you have to get the courts involved.
No.
But like if it's a car or if it's like a TV, you think the other person is just going to give it up to post dates anyways?
Well, yeah, they are.
You think?
I think so. Probably not.
How many breakups have you been in, Nikki?
Listen, can we not focus on the negative parts of this? You could get your stuff back if it's just a small amount.
I think we all just need to move on.
No.
Move on. Your stuff is gone with your ex.
It's not fair.
Life isn't fair.
Actually, here's what you need to do. If you're breaking up with someone, you need to plan better and you start getting your stuff out of there now. If they break up with you before you leave, you take everything you want. Yep. Sweep it all and take whatever's yours before you leave that place because you might not ever come back.
What we need is not a service that goes and picks up our stuff from our exes. What we need is a chart that shows you what is acceptable to take to your ex or to your current relationship's house.
Yeah.
Based off of how long you've been dating and the different, 3 dates, it's okay. You can bring your hoodie over.
You can
leave it behind. You might need it. You might come back.
That's a good way. What instead of Instacart, it was like Instaheart. And it was just
there you
all
go.
the pickup of all the stuff of your breakup.
That they could have named it better, for sure.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. You're listening to the worst of the Riot podcast.
And it is a food fight this morning.
It's a tough day, guys.
It is. We've fought through a lot, and now we are fighting our way into the new Little Debbie Cosmic Brownie cereal. I like that we got the family size.
I think that's all they offer.
Oh, really?
They assume if you're buying this,
well, you must have children. You would never get this as an adult for yourself.
Now, I don't know if anybody wants to hop in and tell me if they also agree or if they disagree at 877-2RadioU. But these are the Cosmic Brownies from Little Debbie. Mm-hmm. It's like the two little fudgy brownie squares with the little fruity pebble things on top. I never liked those.
No, they're near the bottom of the Little Debbie rankings, which doesn't mean they're inedible.
But they're very much on the bottom.
Yeah, you just most of us wouldn't choose them, especially once you reach the age of like 16.
So why did they make a cereal out of it? Why couldn't we have like a zebra cake cereal?
You know what? Because I think just because it's just straight chocolate and sugar, it really translates well to a cereal.
Yeah, that's true.
So it might be good. It actually smells immaculate. It really has a nice fragrance to it.
It smells spot on.
Yeah.
So this is the Cosmic Brownies from Little Debbie, the cereal from Kellogg's, which I thought we'd try dry first.
Dry first. All right, without the milk.
You guys ready to hear the crunch? Mmm. Yeah, it's just chocolate cereal. I think they just took whatever chocolate cereal they had from something else. They're like, yeah, just let's shape it like a brownie.
That's Cocoa Puffs in a slightly different shape.
It's good, but it is just, to me, chocolate cereal.
Yeah, it's not exciting. But it's also the kind of thing, if you're a kid, it's like, yeah, chocolate, cereal.
We just act like a kid.
Yeah, we just live our
That's our
lives
other problem.
like children. It's not so bad.
I feel like with adding milk, it's not going to change it too much.
No.
But if you like a chocolate cereal, this really is all that this is.
Ooh, they've sat here in the milk for a second. Nice.
As I choke on it. Mm-hmm. Milk does make this better. I actually like that better. Mmm. Oh, wait. Now it gets... It disintegrates rather quickly.
Yeah,
I don't know about its structural integrity. You feel like it just caves in?
Yeah. It really gives up after one chew.
Wow, it does. It's not going to fight you at all.
No, but it's actually pretty good. We have this big family-sized box. I think it'll, you leave it on the break room table, somebody will eat it.
I feel like I need someone to bring in a family-sized thing of milk, though, because we don't have any more. I only brought a tiny bit in. So if any of our RadioU staff wants this, you're going to have to bring your own accompanying beverage to go with it.
You know what you need to do, in keeping with RadioU tradition, Nikki?
What?
You've got to put some of this in your coffee.
Did you bring coffee?
I've got my coffee. Do you have yours?
No, I'm just going to live through you with it.
All right, let's see.
Pour it in and let's see how that does.
Let's see what happens.
That's a good idea.
Hopefully it doesn't ruin the coffee. But you can see on the RadioU Facebook page, I've done it.
Yeah, it's in there.
It's in there.
Guys, I think we got to get more into additions
Putting
to
things
coffee.
in coffee.
Yeah, we do. Like add a little cake.
Yep.
Just go with it.
See, a cinnamon bagel in a coffee. You think that could be good?
That'd be wonderful.
That's
Dunk
a
it
good
in like a
idea.
donut.
Yep.
Are you going to try
all right,
it?
Let's see.
Has it had a time to soak it up enough?
No, not yet. It's got a tiny tinge of sweetness, but it's mostly still our coffee.
Well, give it a minute, then it'll break up completely at the bottom.
All right, let's stall. I'm swishing it around a little bit. Maybe that'll help.
This is the Cosmic Brownie, the Little Debbie cereal that they came out with.
All right, we're swishing. We're swishing in my Sheets coffee mug here.
Nice.
Have you been to the new Sheets? Oh, yeah, you've been.
Well, there's another new one.
There is?
They've
Closer
opened up-
or?
That one is farther from us.
I think I need some Sheets tonight.
They're Sheets is a gas station. They're building one over there at the Parkway.
Yeah.
And so they haven't started that one. Like if they want to hurry up on that, that'd be good. All right, what do you think? Cosmic Brownie, cereal,
Maybe
and
I just
coffee?
didn't put in enough, or maybe it just collapsed in the milk. So you would think in the coffee it would just fall right apart. But if it did, it's not giving me a lot of. Let me open this up again. Oh no! Can you see that?
Oh gosh! What happened?
I don't think I should be drinking this. If you visually saw this before you tried doing this,
I don't think you would.
Man,
It looks kind of
gross. Let me give it
gross.
one more shot.
Listen, you've given it many times. It's not going to work with the coffee.
Oh yeah, this is a mistake.
Yeah, back to milk.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki. Oh my God, no way. On RadioU.
No way, no way.
So Nikki, if you're gonna need to add a few more items to your Smurfs collection.
If I want to be a part of this.
in this record-setting situation, you're falling behind.
I don't have any, so
You
yeah,
don't have
I have
any.
a lot of ground
You've
to
got
cover
a
up.
ways to go. I'm surprised.
Why? You think I like Smurfs?
I thought you loved the Smurfs.
No, I don't
I
even
can
think
tell
I
just by
watched
looking
it.
at you. You are a Smurfs fan. You are a fan of Patty and Petunia and
Is that their names?
Mrs. Smurf and
Mr. and Mrs. Smurf?
Smurf Boy and all of them. You love them all.
I know it.
Voldemort, the bad guy, you know.
I know it seems like it, but I also I'm not into collecting stuff to this level. This is a lot of stuff.
This is it's organized hoarding is what it is.
Actually, that's 100% the right way to put it.
This woman in Wisconsin, her name is
It's record-breaking hoarding.
her name is Gerda, which of course sounds exactly like the name of somebody who would set the record for most Smurf items
Smurfs?
collected.
Well, she's in Wisconsin.
Yep.
She originally set the Guinness record for largest collection of Smurf in 2014 items. She had 6,320. Now she's back again, and she broke her own record, Hudson.
Nobody has even been competing with her.
In all those years.
Her collection has just been done. They can't compete because she buys every single Smurf item
I guess.
right out from under them. She has 11,455 Smurf, individual Smurf items.
They call
in her
them
collection.
unique items. She said she started keeping her Smurf items safe when she was about 7 or 8. Her brother damaged one of her toys, and then that's the point. When you watch hoarding shows,
It's always a trauma.
there's like something that triggers this thing, and then they can't like let it go, or it becomes this big, overwhelming thing. And that totally something happened then.
This is
That's the moment. And so she collected them and kept them safe, and that was her Smurf stuff.
you've just made me realize
What?
my life's goal now. I'm
to
gonna
never
try
have
to
that happen?
no. I'm gonna try to set off a trauma in you that makes you become a hoarder because it's what you hate most.
No,
So
no.
I'm gonna
I
find a
always
way to traumatize you to the point where you start collecting Smurf items.
No, I told Eric once after a really bad episode of Hoarders, because I love watching that show, because I think I'd actually be pretty good with helping people organize.
Oh, I thought you
But I
pretty
told
good
him,
at hoarding.
Oh no, I would throw I'd throw anything away. I wouldn't even care.
Yeah.
But I told him if he ever saw signs of that, like he's got to just take care of it right away.
Yeah.
We got to do something about
Just
it.
take you out back and
Possibly. Possibly. Oh, he said the brother was chewing on it like it was a toy.
Aw.
And that set her off on collecting
Man.
Smurfs and other items that he could not play with.
You gotta be careful what you do as a child. You don't realize how you're going to affect the other children you interact with.
Apparently.
You're going to turn them into Smurf collectors. And what's worse than that?
It includes toys, beach towels, plates, books, candy.
I saw
other items.
In the video, there is, I kid you not, and I didn't know this existed. I didn't know a lot of the Smurf stuff existed. There is like ketchup, mayonnaise, bottles.
Like the bottles?
That they actually must have sold somewhere with ketchup inside, and it's got, Daddy Smurf or Smurfy Doo or whatever their names are.
You got to look those up. You don't know the names.
I don't know any Smurf names.
Someone asked if she could figure out how much her collection would be. This lady in Minnesota has over 11,000 Smurf items.
Yep.
The Guinness record that she broke her previous record. She puts it at she says she could get $100,000 or more if she sold everything off individually.
Which sounds impressive.
Yeah,
but then you realize that's like $10 an item.
And you're flooding the market.
She's also spent probably that much to acquire all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And that really makes you sad.
Think of it as athleisure for your ears. RadioU's Worst of the Riot podcast.
Have you seen this tweet? It's gone viral. 40,000 likes. It's a picture.
What is going on there? What is that? That is not real. Please tell me that's not real. How could you fly like that?
I don't.
They're having like a seafood boil, like a crawfish thing.
Yeah.
In a plane across a row of 3 seats.
Yeah, it's, you can tell it's Spirit Airlines. Yeah. And I don't just mean you can just tell. There actually is a napkin. And
is it because it's cheap looking? Is that it?
Yeah, no, I mean, you can look at the seats. And this is just the type of thing that would happen on Spirit Airlines.
Oh, my gosh.
It is a couple, and they've got the 3 seats. The woman sitting in the window seat and the man sitting in the aisle seat. And then in between them, the middle seat is taken up entirely by a tray full of lobster. And I mean full. It is like a dozen at least lobster.
Do you think those are lobsters or like crab or something? I guess they do look like lobsters, but like that's a lot of money right there.
Yeah, it's definitely lobster.
But if you save money by flying Spirit Airlines, you have enough money to bring lobster on board.
But that's not even all, because if you look on the woman's lap,
that's crab leg.
Yeah, she's got crab legs and all kinds of other.
Is that shrimp or sausage?
It's hard to make out all of what exactly is there. What? And then, of course, they've got the free drinks provided. And I like...
She's got champagne.
It's not...
I think she has champagne.
And it's not just that. It's also a Cheez-It box and some Pampers wipes.
Some baby wipes.
But you know
that's
not for a baby. That's for their hands. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I just want to ask... We can barely get on the plane with our stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't allow this. They don't allow that. Are you allowed to bring a crab boil or all this stuff on? Apparently so, but...
If you pay for its own seat, I guess you can.
There's no one in the seat in between.
Yeah.
What if you did get that seat? You're like, hey, do I have to hold your lobsters? Can I have one?
Can you guys scooch over and maybe just I'll sit on the end? Or
I guess it's pure jealousy. I would love that.
Yeah, and actually the food looks good, doesn't it?
Is that a half of an avocado?
Oh, wow.
Do you think by the water, by like the little shot glasses, or is that a...
That's hard to tell.
It looks like an avocado without the pit out.
Yeah, you might be right. It might be an avocado. Man, they've got it all there. They really went all out on this food. And yeah, you can see, I missed the little travel size alcohol bottles there on the tray.
Yeah, you know they're doing that too.
They are partying on that Spirit Airlines plane.
How long? This is what I want to know. I wish you could find out the real story behind it. Like, how long is this flight? What if it's only like an hour or two and you're bringing that on?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to finish it in time.
I would be so mad to be in front or behind them.
What if somebody, I'm sure if you were allergic to shellfish of some kind, wouldn't you have to sit far away or like on a different plane?
I don't think that's like an airborne one.
You don't think?
I don't, but again, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you go to a party and it's this foil tubs that they put food in.
The big foil trays.
That's
the catering
what they have.
trays.
They have 2 of those.
It's 2 of them, and they have an entire catering menu in front of them for seafood. And
just wait till you get off the plane.
Well, here's my last question. Is it possible that they bought all of that in the airport?
No.
So they had to go through security.
They brought that in.
Giant trays.
There's no way you could get
seafood and run it through the scanner and everything.
Someone had a good point. They say Spirit does not fly across the Atlantic. Like, they don't do any flights like that. So that's one that had to be within the United States. It would have been a shorter one.
I feel that it somewhere it came into or out of New Orleans. You can tell.
You feel like
you can tell. They're probably on their way to New Orleans.
I want what all they're eating.
Yep.
But I hate them for it. And if I was on a plane and I had to be around that, I'd be so annoyed to sit near that too.
It's actually smart. You buy the extra seat on Spirit and you spend all this extra money on the food instead of wasting your money and getting less food on a better airline.
And don't forget the Cheez-Its. I would have been jealous just with that.
Yep. They are doing this airplane right. They know how to travel.
Oh, no, thank you. I feel like we need to post the pic or something. I don't know if you guys really grasp what they brought on this plane.
Yeah, we'll retweet it. How about that on the RadioU Twitter?
We'll put it at RadioU on Twitter. Oh, no, I still feel like it needs to be on Facebook, too.
All right, we'll do that, too.
We'll post it at RadioU Riot on Facebook. You just have to see.
You have to.
You're basically listening to a real-time cringe compilation. This is The Riot on RadioU.
The heat wave in the Pacific Northwest, it was a mess. Is it over yet, or is it back to normal?
No, people in certain areas, you're still getting up to in the hundreds. And for other areas where you live more in the hundreds and you have the infrastructure for it, then it's not as big of a deal. Like, you'll be miserable, but, you'll have your air conditioning.
Right. In Phoenix, you have air conditioning.
And you're used to it. But then in other parts, like the Pacific Northwest, the infrastructure is literally not created to withstand. So it was showing how in certain areas, like how they built this building or how this road was built, when you put it with like 110 degree temperature, the building will not do this. It'll, like, the siding we've seen warping, the road will lift up, like it's just way too hot for people to be able to deal with it.
I saw that the ground temperatures due to the heat wave got up to 145 degrees.
So miserable.
Yeah.
What do you do? And then you can't
stay
go
inside.
But remember, you're in areas where, like, you don't have air conditioning. So
buy all the fans.
I bet everybody's bought those.
Yeah, all the fans are gone. It's too late. Well,
people have gotten very creative.
In Oregon, it got so bad, the heat, that drivers were actually able to pump their own gas.
Oh, they lifted the...
They did for 2 days only. That sounds like a really bad joke, but it's actually the truth.
Well, in Oregon and New Jersey, you're not allowed to pump your own gas.
Yes, for reasons unclear to even the people there, that you are not allowed to pump your own gas. But because of the heat wave, I guess in Oregon... But they just wanted to send the message that we think the gas station attendants' lives are more important than everybody else in their cars. So
actually,
get out and pump your own gas.
That's exactly what they were saying. In Portland, it got above 110, and they suspended the state's ban on self-service gas stations, which when you go to Oregon and when you go to Jersey and you're like, you mean I can't pump my own gas?
Yeah.
It is such a weird feeling. But they wanted to protect the gas station clerks from the heat.
Yeah.
You're fair game.
Yeah.
So you can go on out.
If you're driving, you can just die. It's fine.
So Oregon's law that prevents customers from doing their own gas, that's been around since 1951. And it resumed last night. It went back in effect.
Yeah. So when are they going to switch it? Just maybe now that people have gotten a taste in Oregon of pumping their own gas, they'll demand more from their government. They'll be like...
No, you don't want to change it while it's a heat wave. You want them to do it.
What? Yeah, that's right. So now, you're right. So now they're going to have a bad taste in their mouths from pumping gas. It's like, man, if we don't have these attendants to do it, we might have to get out in the inclement weather and pump our own gas like we did for those 2 days. That was horrible.
You didn't realize how good you had it. So in the 50s, when they introduced it, a lot of other states had the gas pump rule. Yeah. And that was a safety measure. Self-service started to happen in the 70s. And that was accelerated because they had gas shortages back then.
Right.
That made shorter wait times and cheaper prices when you could pump your own gas because it was faster.
Yeah, but it took away jobs.
Yeah, I don't know.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.